Okay, moving on to 14.7, we have more with graphing, quadratic functions, and then we get some applications of quadratic functions. So this first one here is quite messy. Guess I picked this one to show you that not everything always comes out perfect. So if we try to complete the square on this, we have to do a little preliminary work, and we have to factor out a -4 to have our a value be 1. And when we do that, we kind of get this messy term here because we're taking 1 divided by -4, and we get this fraction here. So to complete the square here, okay, we have to take half of this value, and you can do this on your calculator, but half of a quarter is an eighth, and then we have to square an eighth. So we get 1/64 here, which is quite messy, all right? Now this even gets a little more difficult here. We have to think about what is the value of this. You know, most students will put -1/64 here, but what actually happens is that if you think about this, we take that -4 times this, okay, and we would get -1/16, okay? So what we actually have to do here is add a 16th, because the actual value of this right here, because that -4, okay, is -1/16. You can test that from -4 times 1/64. So then we add this together and we get 97/16. And we get this messy vertex, okay, of 1/8 and then 97/16, okay, which ends up being over here a little bit and then up here, okay, for the vertex. Now this vertex is a maximum, okay, because the parabola, because of this negative right here, okay, because of this negative, the parabola opens down. All right, now we do see it's going to cross our x-axis here, and it's not factorable. So what ends up happening is I use the quadratic formula, and I get these kind of obscure places. Hard for me to figure out what that is. I know that's close to 100, so that's close to 10. So that's 11/8, which is about 1 point something, which is over here, okay? And then we get our other one over here. Now the line of symmetry, I forgot to do that. Remember, the line of symmetry just simply comes off of the vertex, and we get x equals 1/8. Okay? Now there's another way to find the line of symmetry that we're going to look at in the next problem, and I'll just say we could have done x equals -b over 2a, and if you look at that, let's see, -b, okay, it'd be -1 over 2 times -4, and -1 over 2 times -4, we also would have got 1/8. Okay, so that's another way to find the line of symmetry that we'll look at on the next one. And then I found some other points by letting x equals 0. If you put 0 in there, you get 6, and you put 1 in, you get 3. Okay, and this one actually, some of you might remember that when you let x equal 0, that's right here. That's the y-intercept. Okay, the y-intercept. So that kind of wraps up a messy one from 14.7, and hopefully if you get one that hard, you can look at this video and kind of work through it. Okay, so now the next problem says that this ball is thrown up from the ground, okay, and it has a velocity of 110 feet per second, and the start height is 0 because we're starting from the ground and the ball is thrown up. Okay, so this is from the ground. All right, and then what they want you to do in this problem is they want you to find the max height of the ball. Okay, since we're trying to and see this negative here, you know the parabola is going to open. You know, so you have a parabola like this. We're going to try to find the max height of the ball. Okay. Well, you know the max height is going to happen. It happens at the vertex. Okay. So since you know that the max height happens at the vertex, you also know, okay, that the vertex is on the line of symmetry. So what I can do here is I can say, all right, let's find x equals negative b over 2a for our line of symmetry. And that's pretty easy to do if you take negative 110 over 2 times negative 16, we get 3.125, if I remember right. So we get x is equal to 3.125. So this is the number of seconds where the max height occurs. So when you think about this, we have 3.125 for the seconds. That's the x or t. All right. And then I'm going to put that value into my original here. So I'll have negative 16 times 3.125 squared plus 110 times 3.125 plus 0. And then when I do all this calculation here, what I find out is that h or y, okay, is equal to 187.5. So the second part of this problem, it asks, what is the max height? Well, so at 3.125 seconds, the ball is 187.5 feet off the ground. And that's the max height. Okay. So remember, find the vertex by using the line of symmetry. All right.